Ethen Klein was right. Ethen Klein was right.
It's giving boring. I don't know. It's giving boring. I don't know. It's giving boring. I don't know. It's giving boring. I don't know.
So Ethen Klein finally addressed Trisha Boom Boom Paytas. Let's talk about all this drama. So I found this account called Lemon Squeezy on YouTube, and they put together this clip where Ethen Klein finds out that Trisha Paytas has a new podcast with somebody else. Now, for those of you who are not caught up on the drama, Ethen Klein and Trisha Paytas had a podcast together called Frenemies.
Welcome back to Frenemies!
Dude.
It was a very wildly successful podcast. People loved it. But due to Trisha Paytas always self-sabotaging everything, it just went downhill. And Ethen was a really good friend to her. I think people forget that. But also, again, I've been watching Trisha Paytas for years. I know the pattern of behavior. She self-sabotages a lot of good things in her life. Now lately, I'm gonna keep it real, Trisha has not been in the drama that much. She kind of has been, but not that much. But she definitely has not been mentioning Ethen Klein. And people just kind of forgot about that time, as time went on. But Ethen found out she has a new podcast. So he's like, well, let me see what's going on over here. What's going on over here? Of course, naturally, right? I'm not mad at it. So we're gonna talk about his reaction to it. And I'm gonna throw it up on the screen. I'm gonna react to it live with you guys. So here we go.
How do you feel about Trisha's new podcast? She's making a new podcast with Colleen Ballinger. Oh, wait, here. Shit, I should do this.
Yeah, there you go. That's better.
Did it drop? Did a new episode of it drop? I mean, I'm curious. I'm not gonna lie. I'm curious about it. You know what I mean?
All right, I'm gonna stop it there. My editor's gonna be like, oh my God. Ethen Klein, honestly, at least he's keeping it real. Like, he's interested. And I wanna know, because I haven't seen it, I wanna know what he says about this.
I'll probably check it out. Oh, they did put up. Wait, no, this is just a trailer. I'm curious how Colleen is going to, I don't know anything about Colleen.
I'll stop it there. Colleen Ballinger, she goes by Miranda Sings. If you Google a picture of Miranda Sings, she's a girl with a red lipstick. It was very like a comedy sketch, wildly successful. I mean, she had a really good career. And I don't know, oh yeah, she kind of gave it up to have kids, I think, and she's kind of just grew out of the character. But that's my opinion, I don't know, but here we go.
A lot of people, I hate that I'm doing this. People do this against me, but this is just what I heard. I've heard a lot of people don't like Colleen for one reason or the other. That being said, she was in the worst getting coffee with comedians in cars episode of all time. By far the worst episode. But I'm curious how Colleen is going to deal with Trisha energy. I wonder what's the rev split. Is that a 50-50 situation? You know what I mean?
Okay, I gotta pause it there. Already. Ethen Klein is already talking about the money, girl. Very quickly, this video is sponsored at the house by Manscaped. Thank you, Manscaped, for sponsoring this video. Listen, guys, Father's Day is just around the corner, so don't forget about dad, or don't forget about that special guy in your life, and definitely get them something from manscaped.com. You use my code, I put the link down below, and the discount automatically applies at checkout. They have amazing products at manscaped.com. They have the Lawnmower 4.0, they have the Weed Whacker, and so much more. Even if you have like really big beards, they have you covered. And listen, there's something for everyone at different price points as well. TSA friendly, waterproof, and rechargeable on most of their products. So they got their new body washes, their beard oils, they have you covered. So thank you, Manscaped, for sponsoring this video. I'll put the link down below again if you want to check them out. So let's get on with the drama. Listen. Ethen Klein, if there's one thing about Ethen Klein, is he is about his money. Okay, I remember he had that Rolls Royce Cullinan, really nice Rolls Royce too, like a black on black one. He ended up like trading it in to get like another car. To me, that's what the worst mistake he's ever done. He should have just kept the Rolls. He should have kept the Rolls. That's the epitome of luxury. And he, oh my God, what? To me, when I saw he did that, I was like, I can't believe that. I just can't believe. Anyways, here we go.
I wonder, I really want to know the production setup, because I know she's not producing it. It's just not in her wheelhouse, trying to be polite about it. Hey, you know.
Okay, I had to pause it there. So I have some photos. I'm gonna throw it up here about Trisha Paytas showing off the production. If I have a video, we'll throw it up there too. She's showing it off. You can see pictures of it. Honestly, like, it just looks hokey pokey. It looks cheap, just being honest, okay? The production value that Ethen Klein added on Frenemies of the podcast him and Trisha were on was way more of a higher caliber than this here. It looks like Moses threw some sticks together, bought some stuff on Amazon, got some tape, stick it up there, there we go. Right, and it works. Like, if it works, it works. I'm not mad at it. But I think that Ethen is looking at this like the production isn't the same. Like, Ethen is going into this with confirmation bias. He's saying, when we did it, it was up here. So if you're gonna do it, I wanna know if you're gonna outdo me. And it seems like just him looking and clocking it, he's like, no. Here we go. Cause I have a lot to say. Here we go.
It could be that they're working with a third party, in which case she's gonna love paying them 30% for nothing. All I wanted was 5% to produce the whole show.
Okay, again, he's talking about money, 5%. It's a big deal. Like, for him to be talking about the money as soon as he hasn't even watched the podcast. He hasn't even hit play to even talk about it. And he's already talking about money and percentages and all that. That's the part I live for. Is it Ethen Klein? He's about it. And most importantly, everybody knows his name. He's deep rooted in the game. Okay, here we go.
Would kill to know what's the rev share though. And just the whole setup, who paid for it. Nice looking set.
Ballinger. And I'm
all right.
Trishas Paytas.
In this clip, he says, I would kill to know the revenue share. Is Colleen, Miranda Sings, I call her Amanda Sings, I don't even know. Is she getting 50%, 15%, 30%? Like, those are the things that he wants to know. He's looking at it purely from the revenue standpoint behind the scenes, not so much as just enjoying the show as a lot of us folks are. Here we go.
You didn't expect to see this. This podcast is called Oversharing. Oversharing, such a good name. How's your C-section scar? We should show each other our C-section scars. Okay, we totally can. Y'all have seen us cry on the internet. I'm a cockroach and I'm never leaving.
Until we actually die. One day we'll die.
Yeah, we will.
Do you have a fupa? And if so, where's the scar? Is it just above like the little slot?
Slot meaning.
Okay, I'm just gonna be honest. Trisha likes to act like she doesn't know anything about me. I got nothing to do with her. She just said fupa. Nah.
Okay, I'm gonna stop there. The FUPA situation, Ethen Klein calls his community the FUPA Troopa. It's that piece of meat that hangs over, like your belly hangs over the FUPA. So a lot of women have it, a lot of men have it. So when she said FUPA, Trisha, come on. She got that verbiage from Ethen Klein. She did. And the fact that Ethen Klein is watching this, like he hasn't made no reference to what they're trying to achieve. If you look at the music that was being played in the background, the costume and wigs that Trisha and Colleen had on, it's a total play on Chicago, the Broadway show. And also the Chicago, the movie. If you haven't seen Chicago, the movie, I recommend you go see it. It is amazing. It is amazing. The Broadway show, it's amazing. It's so good. Even the signage that they had with the yellow lights around it, it's all an homage to Broadway show Chicago. Or even the movie Chicago. And he makes no reference to that. It just totally went over his head. I'm just saying. All they were missing was like the machine guns and that whole thing, but the whole comedy thing and the dancing bit, but I don't think Trisha will dance. Okay, here we go.
I don't want to be arrogant and claim that word as myself, but I feel in my heart that she would not have said that if we had not. I feel that I can own that. She did that. That was me coming through her mouth. You know what I mean? That was me, fupa.
Like, moment. Yeah. Woman moment. Yeah. I've never heard it called a slap before. I love that. I'm not a perfect person, girl. Like, I'm just a disaster. I'll constantly. You know, they showed me my baby now, so out of it, I was like, who is this? What is this baby?
Yeah.
I do feel like Colleen is taking the lead here, which is interesting. This is. I mean, shit. You know what I mean?
Who's that person?
I had no natural maternal instinct. My fupa got like so puffy.
What?
Like, I'm like really trying my best to be like, don't be so hard on yourself if you just had a baby. I'm trying to get pregnant again.
Oh my god, we should talk about ghosts.
Okay.
My husband, Eric, just got his wisdom teeth taken out. They didn't put him under. They gave him what they call like the blue pill.
You were saying blue pill. I was just thinking of like
Viagra, and you're right. That is the blue pill, Trisha. I don't know what Colleen's talking about. Girl, you are right.
blue pill.
What's that mean? What's the blue pill? Oh no, I'm really dumb. Am I dumb?
Like Viagra.
Oh, that.
Dude, you still got it. Trisha still got it, bro. Sorry. She hit that so hard.
Oh,
We love that. I still love all that stuff about Trisha, you know what I mean?
like Viagra.
Viagra. Wait, people are saying I loved it. Wait, hold on. Is the full episode out? I'm confused. I would like to know.
All right, here's I paused it there. The fact that he doesn't even know when it dropped, it's like he wants to know, but he's not putting enough energy or effort to keep up with when it drops. Does that make sense, right? It's almost like he is one of those people that's like, oh, I heard about that. Oh, it's out? Oh, let's go check it out. So it's kind of like, you know, there's certain things in my life that I make an effort to do. You know, like, I don't know, go see the new Super Mario movie the day it comes out. I'm wearing my Mario shirt, I'm going. You know what I'm saying? Like, or like something new. Like there has to be something that you guys at home get really excited about that you're not gonna miss, you know? Like for example, there's like a Comic-Con or Comapalooza festival. What do you call that? Yeah, it's like a convention. I'm gonna go. I'm making an effort to go, right? I'm not gonna just, I don't know, go downtown one day driving around. Oh, there's a convention? Oh, we should just go in. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how he's acting. Like, oh, it's out? Let me just walk in. Let me just go watch it. Like, which I love that about it, but I feel like he should put more of an effort to watch it, because him giving commentary about this podcast is goals. He is not gonna do it. He's not gonna dedicate his whole entire podcast to watching the Trisha thing. He's not. This is a situation where I could see Ethen Klein on his downtime watching it and, you know, just shooting the breeze and just giving his opinion, just like, you know, just to watch it. You know, she was a big part of the H3 universe, and she's just like an orbital thing, just flying around, girl. Who knows? Okay, here we go.
But it is out. Oh, fuck. Oh, it just came out. Okay, it just came out. So I don't even watching this trailer. I don't know that I want to be watching. Let's watch a minute of it. And this is good for them. I mean, listen, I'm sure a lot of you guys are gonna go watch it after this, so don't be acting like this isn't good for them. You know what I mean? Let's check it out.
Hey everyone, I'm Colleen Ballinger.
Let's see if I can find some production notes.
Okay.
Sensations,
The-
Trisha Paytas.
The fact that the first thing, let's see, I find some production notes. Like, why? Like, why? This really shows the mind of Ethen Klein. I mean, immediately he's like, how much money? Let's look at the set. Show me the production notes. He's on it from a. You could tell it's like a hands-on boss standpoint. Whereas somebody like me, I'm watching it for just pure enjoyability. I'm not even gonna read the comment section. I'm just like, I just wanna watch the show. Oh, okay, boom, I see the Broadway, Chicago reference. Oh, okay, cute. There's a theme here for this first episode, that whole gig. I get it. And then I would also start to question, is Colleen going to be a regular host of the show? Or will Trisha has different characters coming on to who knows? Here we go.
Colleen, as they make podcast history in their very first episode. In this engaging conversation, they delve into unique friendships, the joys and challenges of being new parents, supernatural encounters, wisdom tales, their love for theater, and exciting plans for their channel's future. Who wrote that? You'll never catch me writing a description like that, I'll tell you for goddamn sure. This makes me think it was one of these podcast agencies. I think
okay, so Ethen Klein is really trying to find out if this podcast is part of a third party. And for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, I get them in my emails all the time. There are these companies, these agencies that will say, hey, come on down to our office. We would love for you to have a Rich Lux podcast. We have the equipment, the microphone, we have editors, just come on in and just talk about whatever and promote it to your fans. And we're gonna do all the stuff in the background. You don't have to worry about it. And we'll even get you sponsors for the show. And then when you do it, they take a percentage. They get a percentage of your sponsors. They get a percentage of the revenue from people watching and listening and downloading the podcast and things of that nature. They even probably get revenue if you have merch from the podcast, right? The thing is, right, is that you don't need to do that. You don't have to go to an agency. You can do a podcast at home. All you need is a mic and a light, and you can have your own podcast. Seriously. Now, if you don't want to fiddle and faddle with the editing and the posting and uploading to iTunes and Pandora and Spotify, then hire an agency. But you could really do it yourself, right? And if Ethen Klein would watch or maybe pay attention to the chat, I don't know, he would have known that allegedly, because we all know Trisha Paytas likes to lie, that Moses and Trisha are self-funding this whole podcast situation. Okay. But he doesn't know that yet. At least not that I know of. Here we go.
Because who the fuck would write that? People are saying Moses built the set at their place. So, but who wrote that?
And I'm Trish Paytas.
I bet you didn't expect to see this.
Or maybe you did, because we've been talking about it for a long time.
So probably definitely weren't expecting it. So yeah, here we are. We're doing a podcast. This podcast is called Oversharing.
They need to erase that description. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? It's just not it. I can't stand it.
A good name.
For us.
For you, a good one. Yeah, this is good.
You and I have both
I like the name. I don't hate the name.
had a very long relationship with the internet.
Yo, is that ChatGPT? People are saying, hold on. Let's go to ChatGPT and see if it produces something similar. And we can actually...
Okay.
All
right, the fact that he's now trying to crack the code on how she's doing things, I find very interesting too. Why can't Ethen just play the clip, sit back, and then let us watch with him, and then talk about his review? Instead, what we're getting is how much money, what's the revenue, who built the set, is this an agency running this? Wait, is she using AI to put the description? He is very meticulous here. Listen, Ethen Klein is one of those guys who will dot every I and cross every T. Just saying, you have to get this by this point.
That's this theory here.
Not to mention, he's like won every lawsuit he's ever had. He's the winner of every lawsuit. He can just give him a trophy for that. Okay, here we go.
Write me a short paragraph about Trisha Paytas and Colleen. What's her last name? Ballinger? I don't know how to spell it. Ballinger. It's pretty straightforward. Colleen Ballinger making a new podcast together called Oversharing. And then here, let me take the topics, which is unique friendship, joys, blah, blah, blah. Okay, here are the topics they talk about. Here are the topics discussed. Let's go. Trisha Paytas and Colleen Ballinger, two immensely popular personalities, have taken their unique friendship to the next level by creating an exciting new podcast, Oversharing. This is too long. Delving into a blend of personal and surreal experiences, they recount their journeys into parenthood, the accompanying joys and challenges, and some truly peculiar supernatural encounters. Not forgetting their youthful days, they also share amusing stories with their wisdom teeth removal. The duo's synergy hints at a promising future for the channel. I kind of like that one better.
Okay, honestly, the chat BBC, what is it? Chat BWC, Chat GBT. I think it's okay. That is amazing. Like I literally I had this app. I still have it on my phone, and it was like Spark Creative Ideas powered by Chat GBT or whatever. And I just typed in. I'm not gonna tell you what I typed in, but I typed in some, and it popped up with like ideas, and I was like, oh my god, these are great ideas. Holy like this is a search engine optimization. This is some type of like AI here that's like literally giving me some great ideas. Like wow. And I put one into effect, and I made the idea come true, and I edited and posted it, and I was like, oh wow, this is a great thing. So I like the idea of the chat thing. It really I'm shocked by it. And even the fact that Ethen Klein took that and put it in there, it came out so much more better than what Trisha had on her podcast. So I think that just proved that she didn't use an AI, but she should have, because it came out a lot. But it seemed more natural. It's really well produced. Okay, here we go.
And how long have you? I think you've been on longer than me.
How am I saying her name right? Ballinger? Ballinger?
January 4th, 2007 was my first video.
I was 2008.
Oh,
so
really?
You were longer than me, yeah.
He was an actual therapist, and I was like, oh, like, you know, and I discovered that I had a mental illness, and it kind of like made sense, and of course, just
you know what I heard? I don't know if this is true. Again, I'm not a scientist, but like I heard once that like cavities, like sure your teeth can rot if you're not taking care of your teeth, but like cavities are genetic. So it's like the more like it can get like, so if, it doesn't matter how much you take care of your teeth if it's like your parents have like lots of cavities and genetically get, I don't know if this is true by the way, so like please come for me if it's not true, but like I guess it's like a genetic thing that like it can be passed down, but I don't know if that's true, but like I heard that once, it made me feel a little bit better because
Good luck to them. I mean, shit, I don't wish anybody harm. Listen, Trisha is a incredible conversationalist. She has an absolute talent for talking and schmoozing, so we all know that. I mean, come on, we had this great, huge podcast together. I'm curious how Colleen will play off her energies, and we'll see. You know what I mean? There it is. One thing I do know for sure is that this podcast is making history. They made podcast history in their very first episode.
I feel like, I'm gonna pause it. I feel like that was shade. I think when whoever put they're making podcast history, whether it was Trisha that typed it or Moses that typed it, I think that they would know that Ethen Klein would go and read and look around. And to see that was a slap in the face to Ethen Klein. And this is a point of view that people call subtle shade. And I think that was subtle shade. I think, because keep in mind, I feel like Trisha and Ethen made podcast history. A lot of people can say that. A lot of people can argue that too. But with that being said, I feel like that was shade. And Ethan's not picking up on the shade. But maybe he is. He's just being a nice guy about it, but that's what I think. Here we go.
Little presumptuous to say about yourself, don't you think? I mean, come on. I will never deny that Trisha is a tour de force of entertaining energy. You know, she is. You can't deny it. I think what was special about our podcast was like that energy and me trying to corral it. So let's see what Colleen's got. I don't know what she's got.
All right, so for him to say, I think what was special about our podcast, for him to go into that verbiage, is I feel like he's trying to see now if the magic that they had, is it gonna be here in this podcast too? And listen, without even watching it any further, I can tell you no, it's not. Because every friendship is different, every love is different, every vibe is different. So what Trisha and Ethen had was special. What Colleen and Trisha had is gonna be special too. So you can't compare. Yeah, you can compare budget, monetary revenue, yeah, but that je ne sais quoi, you can't compare that. Here we go.
but I remembered it all because you told me everything. So I was like, wait, so now I'm like have this like weird feeling about this pill because like he did feel it.
Oh my God.
So to me
that being said, it's getting boring. I don't know.
Oh, that being said, you just hear what Ethen Klein just said? He said it's giving boring.
It's just, if it's boring, it's Colleen's fault. It's not Trisha's. I'll say that. I'll say it. I'll say that. But I guarantee her split ain't what I gave her, 45%. It ain't it.
Okay, I'm gonna stop it right there. All right, so he's saying again that the podcast is boring, but I don't want to twist words. He said this. Let me back it up. I'm gonna go back to the 9 minute and 48 second mark of the video. Here's what he said.
It's getting boring. I don't know. It's just, if it's boring, it's Colleen's fault. It's not Trisha's. I'll say that. I'll say it.
I mean, listen, I'll pause it there. If it's boring, he said it's Colleen's fault, not Trisha. So, but it's giving boring. The podcast, she is in the podcast. It is called Trisha and Colleen Podcast, Oversharing with Trisha and Colleen. So therefore, it's boring. He thinks it's boring. You can argue that, no, well, he said that Colleen's part boring. She is part of the podcast. And that is true. I'm not gonna argue. Watching the podcast, parts that I had watched, Colleen talks way too much. She doesn't say much. You meet those people that talk a lot but don't say much. Just shut up. Don't point at me. Okay, whatever. But like, it's kind of like that. Like she's saying a lot, but it's like, okay, girl, get to the point. What are you trying to talk about? Okay, whatever. So here's what he had to say to wrap up the video. Here we go.
I say that, but I guarantee her split ain't what I gave her, 45%. It ain't it. Hell. Chance. You know what would be the best? So apparently, according to you guys, Trisha and Moses produced this. You think they gave Colleen 50%? Hell no. Hell no. You think that they, after building it and putting it together, gave Colleen 50%? Hell no, they did not. Hell no, dude. And you know it. Come on. There's no shot.
All right, so it ends there. It started with money and is gonna end with money. So again, Ethen Klein is referencing the fact that The revenue split was so much more better and sweeter when he had Trisha Paytas on. And I have to agree, Ethen Klein was right. Ethen Klein was right. Again, Ethen Klein was right because Ethen Klein was right. Do I see this show with Colleen being as big as Trisha and Ethen Klein and the Frenemies? No. And let me tell you why. Because listen, you can have everything set in place, but if it's not the right time, it's not gonna hit. There are musicians and music videos and music that sound amazing, even movies that are ready to go, and they're just waiting for the right time. And right now, I don't think it's the right time for Trisha to be putting out a podcast with Colleen. And I feel like Trisha, because since I talked about Ethen Klein and his mistake with the Rolls Royce, I think that Trisha let her ego and pride and arrogance and Moses get in the way of this amazing Frenemies podcast. It was a great show. I mean, everyone I knew was tuning in to watch it. It was good. But anyways, wish them the best, much success. And I wonder if Trisha and Colleen, right? Just hear me out, folks. I wonder if they're gonna dive into the hot topics that Ethen Klein and Trisha were diving in. Because let us not forget, Ethen Klein and Trisha Paytas, although they had really good topics, they dove into drama a lot. They talked about James Charles, they even mentioned me one time, and so many other just hot topics at that time. And it was a great podcast. To sit here and have Colleen and Trisha talk about wisdom teeth and being a mom, I'm sorry. So bored. Like, you know what I'm saying? And listen, there is an audience for that. There is a whole mommy community, a whole Facebook mom community, a mommy TikTok community. There is an audience for that. So I'm not dogging it. I just don't think that's as entertaining. Then, I'd rather watch Trisha and Ethen spill tea than Trisha and Colleen talk about the best diapers on babies and rashes. I don't care about that. Can't relate. I don't want to relate. That's not my journey, okay? So if they're gonna talk about babies and wisdom teeth, girl, buy another lie, board the house, okay? Just saying. But listen, there are so many people out there who would love to hear that point of view from them. Then that's for them. That's their journey. So I'm not knocking it, right? It's just something for everybody. It's like this palette, right? Like this busted ass, boring palette. It's super cute. You open it up. Oh, look, neutrals and nudes.